So as you just saw with that chassis rail I was just doing, I was using a hammer and chisel and it left lots of little marks, and I was using a lump of steel and just trying to beat it in there as best I could. So it worked, but it's not pretty. So I made this piece of round stock on a piece of bar. There's a little bit on the end there. I just beveled the edges, and let's see how it works. Also got myself a bit of a guide this time. It's just a piece of angle iron clamped on there, 22mm from here, and that'll give me the right distance I need with this tool resting up against here. It'll give me a good start. I'm pretty sure it's going to move because I'm going to be beating on it with that little mallet mini sledge. So I'm going to throw you on a time lapse and we'll see the final result. There it is, beaten in there. I had to use the end of this hammer to give it a square end, because that's what the big one has. It's a little bit rough, and it really didn't want to bend here. Other than that, pretty happy. This will be getting a high fill primer blocked probably twice, and that'll take out any of these little imperfections in there. But it's definitely much better than this side with all the chisel marks in it. And this is the first one I did with that tool. I ground it to see where all the little bits and bobs were. There's a few little bits where I could just sort of relieve the ends on this tool a bit more, and hopefully that'll stop it. And there we have a finished frame end, rail end, and an unfinished one. I just found a random, I don't even know what size that is, but it fit that pretty good, so I just rounded it off. And I'll show you how I did it. This is an offcut from the chassis when I made the chassis in the back. All I did was just clean up where I'm going to weld. I'm going to set it on there. A little bit of overhang each side. We're going to get this thing nice and hot. I'm going to, before it goes to paint, I will sand it and probably file the edges smoother. That's the frame ends done. Alright, now I've got this body here. I'm gonna have to trim away some of this edge and possibly just follow this line to the front of the grill and cut it up there, and get rid of all of this, as well as cut into here, because the chassis is gonna, or the body's gonna sit over the chassis by about this line. So I'm gonna have to sort of come in here and cut in here somewhere. So I've got to figure that out. Alright, so I just got that clamped on there. Put a mark where the grill lines up. It's not quite on the mark, but it's close enough for me to look at it. So I've decided I want the chassis to follow that line. Right, so I marked it. It's hard to see on the camera, but it's there. So I have that sitting. You could have had a huge bit of angle on it. I'd do somewhere, but this is fine. I'm just going to hold it there. Line. And that should be my pie cut. And I'm going to try and do this on the bandsaw because I've cut both sides at once. I'll stop it before it goes to chop all the way through it. So let's go. Now, I'm going to put something under it to get the other angle. Oh, it moved on me. I'm going to have to do that one with the grinder. I'm just going to throw some tacks on it and see how it looks. Okay, I got the body sitting on the chassis rails. I'm leaning more towards this one when it's bent up than this one, the one that's flat. Let me know in the comments below what you think. There's the chassis rail with the body sitting on it. Still a bit more work to do. I'm calling these the prototype rails because I cut them and welded them and cut them and welded them to fit that profile. And yeah, there's probably more weld in there than original metal. No. Probably not quite. Anyway, they're tacked together. front and back, so they should stay. So at the moment I got to pull the body off and yeah, start connecting the rails together permanently. And I'm really looking forward to making myself a V spreader bar because I think they look cool.